What if I told you that a small fitness apparel brand started by two brothers is now making millions of dollars a year on Shopify? That's exactly what Young LA has done. And in today's video, we're gonna break down their exact formula on how you can apply it to your own clothing brand. All right, so first up is really niche domination and a combination of branding. So Young LA carved a unique space in the fitness industry, blending the streetwear aesthetics with the gym functionality. And to be honest, if you go to their website even right now, you get that, but they're leaning more and more into more of a lifestyle type brand than the heavy streetwear slash gym aesthetics that they started with. And that's something that we'll talk about a little bit later on this video. Now, compare this to other brands, right? Nike, Gymshark, which they appeal to just more of the general fitness community, right? So I think Young LA, they speak directly to lifters who want stylish apparel that performs well or just as well, right, as any other gym brand out there. So the other thing is their branding, right? So they got that niche down, and then their branding is bold, it's relatable, it's a little bit aspirational. They use logo and color schemes that I think they scream premium to me. Yet their pricing is actually very, very affordable. Let me pull up, for example, let's do a For Him, do hoodie 65, Donna collection hoodies 55. So, and again, I'm talking about affordable here, but it's not the $35, $20 t-shirts, but again, compared to other luxury streetwear brands, they're in a position where it feels very premium, yet it's still remaining somewhat affordable for the customer. So this is the mix of that perceived luxury and accessibility that it's truly a winning formula. Now, something else that they absolutely dominate with is influencer marketing. And to be honest, yeah, back when they started, it was a little bit easier to kind of tap into this market because not a whole lot of people were using influencers in the way that they used influencers. So, but something that I think they did really well is they didn't just use any influencers. They partnered with, fitness influencers who have highly engaged audiences, meaning their followers trust their recommendations. There's actually an interview done to one of the founders where he was asking, what do you look into for influencers? What do you see in certain influencers in order for you to work with them? And he was like, I truly don't even care about their followers or how many posts they have. All he goes, whenever someone approaches them about, hey, we want to collab or work with you, he goes to each individual post and see what people are commenting. And not even the amount of comments, but if those comments seem more genuine, right? If those influencers are actually building community, then that's an indication that that's someone that they should work with. And they understood this very early on, and that's how they were able to capture a very dedicated following and community for Young LA. So don't do just one-off sponsorships or let anyone be sort of an influencer, right? You definitely want to build those long-term relationships with your athletes. This creates community and it brings influencers into a place where they genuinely love the brand and wear the gear daily. Hey, before we move on, I'm Christian Piñon, one of the co-founders here at Bay Branding. We specialize in helping clothing brands scale online. We've served over 300 clothing brands in the last year alone. I would appreciate if you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our latest content. So something that Young LA does really well is instead of having a pretty much static inventory, they thrive on these limited edition drops. This generates FOMO and it keeps customers coming back for the next big release. So they announce new collections through their influencers, through email marketing and strategic social media, ensuring that once a drop goes live, products start to sell out very, very fast. They are so deep into this drop game that they already have 8, 10, almost a full year of running for all the products that are gonna come out, all the drops that are gonna come out. So they started this very early on with their brand, and now they have that process of doing these drops and these previews so well put together that they're so far ahead that they get the time to truly hype up these drops and go through their strategic messaging on email, social media, and everything. Even if you go to the website right now, you'll see there's a new drop for women here for kind of like a Valentine's edition. There's a more of a Western drop in here. So they've been doing multiple drops sort of at the same time with all their products sort of outlined in here and displayed for customers to see. Now, when it comes to social, their presence isn't just about pretty pictures. It's actually highly engaging, raw, community-driven content. So they constantly post behind the scenes from actual photo shoots, from warehouse warehouse, operations. Both of the owners also do that within their personal accounts as well, which is something that I highly recommend for you to do. Is you have your business account, but also keep your personal account active. And again, share all these things behind it. People are going to be more encouraged to follow along and become part of the community, right? If you let them in, right? You kind of open the door a little bit and let them in into what is it that you're building. Transparency nowadays definitely goes a long way. Obviously, they have a lot of user-generated content from loyal customers and some other athlete influencers. Obviously, they do a lot of related fitness memes that keep the audience entertained. This blend of content really makes their followers feel like they're part of something bigger. It's more than just a clothing brand. And that's the feeling, and that's the idea that you need to have behind your social media strategy. Now to some of my favorite things here is their Shopify store. So their Shopify store, it's definitely built for speed and for conversion. So they definitely use high quality photography. A lot of times I say this, but photography can make or break your website. So having just good high quality photography to me is step one. They're also doing videos for all of their products where they're just showcasing just a quick clip of how the item falls into like an actual body and showcasing that here on the actual product page. They also have clear product descriptions. They talk about model, the fit, the material, size charts. They're using those as well. They even have frequently asked questions right here. And obviously, they're using Shopify, so their checkout is really seamless. Add to cart and going straight into that cart drawer. The only thing that I always just encourage and say is like just have that single add to cart button here instead of the add to cart and the shop pay. I think having the shop pay as a badge, like hey, we have this throughout our checkout process would be better, because right now if I click on shop pay, I will go straight to checkout and I will not be able to add more things to my cart, which again, I mean, if they're happy with me just making a single product purchase, then I would say leave that there. But having the add to cart button be more prominent and be the only or the main call to action button here on the product page would definitely be my go-to in here. Now, they're using a lot of different apps to truly enhance the performance and the features of the website overall to, again, drive conversion. So some of the things, I don't see it anymore, but the pop-up is done through Klaviyo. So they use Klaviyo for email marketing, for automations. So whenever you add to cart and you're about to abandon, you get that email notification. That's all done through Klaviyo in the back end. It looks like they're also using AMP back in stock, which these are more back in stock notifications for customers, which to be honest, like this may be something where maybe they're using it, maybe not, but Klaviyo, if they're already using Klaviyo has this functionality built in. So there's really no need to have something like AMP on top of having Klaviyo, because Klaviyo does have that functionality. There may be something in here that's unique about their back in stock that they want to make sure that they're able to do, and maybe that's why they're using something like this. I just wanted to say real quick, if you are a clothing brand owner and want to jump into the specifics of your brand and how to grow it profitably, then you can schedule a free 45-minute strategy session with us. There are limited spots, so you go find a time right now. There's a link in the description below. Now, because they do a lot of drops, there are certain apps that you're using in the back end. Coming soon pre-orders, that's the full name of the app. This is what they use to have the coming soon badges on the collection pages, and to change that add to cart button to more of a coming soon or like a pre-order type button in here. So this app is like $9.99. The other one that we saw in the back end is Locksmith, and Locksmith, what it allows you to do is sort of lock down certain products or maybe certain collections overall. So they have a loyalty program and they want to just showcase or share this sort of like a pre-sale drop. They're using Locksmith to have that unique password for customers. Now, the other big thing that they're using, and they're using this all throughout their website, we'll see here on the product page, we'll see a lot of good reviews, a lot of user generated content in here, actually wearing the item with videos and everything. So when it comes to reviews, they're using Loox. Loox is I would consider one of the top players when it comes to review apps here in Shopify. Loox, Judge Me. I would say those are some of the main players when it comes to product reviews. So you can use Loox, but to me, I think Judge Me does a really good job, and the price point, it's definitely a little bit better than that. And then for their affiliate program, it looks like they're using Simple Affiliate to work with some of their influencers in the back end. So there you go. And just a couple other things that we saw in the back end. And again, some of these they may be using, or maybe they have some of these installed and maybe they're not using, but it looks like they're using Attentive and Postscripts potentially to hone in more on the SMS marketing. They're also using Northbeam, which is very similar. We talked in this channel a lot about Triple Whale, but Northbeam is very similar to Triple Whale in that it gives you the data analytics and tracking to better track conversions on some of your ad campaigns. And the other thing that they're using is TapCart. So TapCart is an app that allows you to create an iOS or Android or Google app for your mobile devices. So, and I think I had TapCart in here open. So it's a mobile app builder, pretty seamless. It's pretty non-intrusive experience, I would say, because it basically grabs all your information from what you already have built in your store. But I will say it is expensive. It is expensive to maintain and keep up. Like it starts with $200 a month and that's kind of just to have the basics, right? If you're starting to get some, for example, like premium integration. So if you have things like wish lists or you have this affiliate program, some of those are going to fall under those premium integrations. Well, you end up paying almost $1,000 a month just to have that app. But from experience, apps tend to do really well, obviously, after you've created and generated a good sort of cult following, you have a community. And for their process of drops, having an app absolutely makes sense. A couple other things that I wanted to share with you that they're also using GrowWave. So this is more loyalty wish lists, some of those additional apps in the back end. And again, this is something that they may not even be using, but it is installed in the back end. GrowWave is one of those similar to Vitals. So we talked about Vitals too, where it's almost like an all-in-one sort of marketing app that has a bunch of different features. I highly recommend if you want to sort of bundle a bunch of different things together. And they're using Hotjar as well. So me looking over their website, they're going to see this recording on their Hotjar. And Hotjar, just like Microsoft Clarity, it's just a way to track user behavior, watch the actual videos, heat maps, and get a little bit more insight into what is it that they're doing in the back end. But again, just like what I recommend, Microsoft Clarity is 100% free. You get all the data versus with Hotjar, their free account, you get up to 35 sessions daily. And then after that, it just stops tracking. So I probably wouldn't go with Hotjar. I would probably go with something like Microsoft Clarity just to get started. And obviously we talked about email and SMS. So email and SMS is a huge strategy behind their brand and what they're doing. There's a website called, and I'll just tell you right now, actually I don't have it open, but it's called mailed.com. You're able to see emails from a bunch of different brands. Unfortunately, their brand is not in there. And I signed up a little bit too late to kind of show you some examples, but they're very much in this to do these exclusive first access drops via email and SMS, right? Also to target abandoned cart emails to recover some lost sales and engage in their users with more content-based emails. So not just necessarily sales promo, but going back to their actual drops, right? And value-driven content to their fitness and the lifestyle part of it. And again, they're using Klaviyo Attentive, PostScripts, potentially one of them, potentially a combination of them, and they're automating and personalizing these messages for literally maximum engagement and revenue. And obviously they've built a customer that there aren't just buyers, or part of a bigger movement. And that's really a big portion of what they attribute their success to, right? They have the loyalty program with giveaways, direct engagement with fans that makes them feel valued, increasing those repeat purchases. They also listen to their audience. They're constantly improving designs based on customer feedback, ensuring their products align with what their audience actually wants. As you can see here, this is their page for their loyalty or reward program. I'm not signed in to it, but here it kind of gives you, it's kind of grayed out because I'm not signed in, but it gives you the ability for you to earn the points, FAQ, the rewards on how far you're off from some of those. Something else that I truly like about the website, we talked about the reviews, but their customer support as well. They even have which is kind of rare to see nowadays, but they have a phone number that you can call right here towards the top of their website. That right there is very rare, and it makes me feel good. Even if even if I don't have any issues right now with their brand, the fact that they have a phone number that I can call, I think it's great. Now, what they don't have is just an instant chat. I would think a lot of people may be more inclined to go through a chat or even a text message, right? Like even that phone number, like if I can text that phone number, that would be even better. I haven't tried to text or call it, but you guys can let me know in the comments if they answer text messages there. I will say Young LA's success, it's not luck. It's definitely a repeatable formula, right? By mastering branding, influencer marketing, product drops, social media, email marketing, and community engagement, they've built this powerhouse of a brand that dominates in Shopify. Now, if you found this breakdown helpful for your brand, then I would love to know in the comments down below which brand you want us to break down next, just to take a little peek at what they're doing in the back end and how they've gotten to that success that they have right now. I'll be more than happy to break down some other brands, so just let me know in the comments below. All right, I'll see you in the next one.